successful, you know, part of my life individually is my marriage and my relationship with my best friend, my husband. I'm going to claim that.
This is Friends with Benefits, where I twist our thinking on that saying and actually talk about how relationships can benefit our mindset. In this episode, I'm introducing Chantel. Hi, Shan. Thanks for
Hi.
being this.
Thanks for having me.
I met Shani through a mutual friend. Shout out to Sierra. Thanks, C. About 8 years ago. Since then, we have seen each other growing in relationships, spiritually and professionally. I have so much respect for this woman right here. And something that I really admire about you, sis, is how strong of a relationship you have with your husband and your best friend, Alika. You have been together since high school and you guys are still so loving and so genuine. Like you guys literally have fun with each other, you know? So what is something that you have learned in being in this wonderful relationship with Alika?
Wow, Chas, that's a deep question. And but relatable because yeah, one of my successful, you know, part of my life individually is my marriage and my relationship with my best friend, my husband. I'm going to claim that. And one of the things that I've learned in out of this relationship, being married, well, being friends at first, being a boyfriend and girlfriend, into being married, I've learned that um, they're all different stages of learning about each other. And I've also learned that um, in the midst of this amazing commitment that you consciously made between two, right, um, comes with no expectations but to support one another in each other's growth, and regardless if that's professionally or individually. So um, and that was one of the main things, not to more so expect for one another to be a certain way, but to respect each other with where we're at and openly communicate how that looks like, regardless if that's me looking like a crybaby all the time or him looking so prideful when we're having such a transparent conversation about a conflict or a disagreement that we're, going through. So I hope I'm not, yeah.
So it's really like allowing the person space to have the feelings and be the person that they are. That's what you feel like.
Exactly. And I've
Yeah,
also
who have
learned,
you found out like what is a part of you that you kind of learned about yourself? Because I think relationships are such big teachers, you know?
yes, and especially during times when things seem kind of uncertain. Um, yeah, one of the big things that I've learned about myself is uh, basic, I guess, being more confident in making decisions, even if he's not supportive of it. I'll just have to accept that when I make such a strong decision without him supporting it, um, I just have to accept however way that result goes, and in reassuring him that um, he was still a part of the decision making, but I still feel this is fit best for us in the long
Wow.
run. Yeah, in the long run. So I don't know if that helps
That's so
answer the
good.
question.
So good. So many people I feel like can relate to that, you know, like it's a struggle to do things in our relationships when people don't approve, when our parents don't approve, or our best friend doesn't approve, or our partner doesn't approve, right? Especially if our partner doesn't approve. Then it's so easy to just like not follow your dream or not listen to your intuition, you know? So good.
Exactly. Yes, exactly.
So yeah, you guys give each other space to have that with each other, have that space to be yourselves and make your own decisions, but still know that y'all is your best friends. Y'all are number
Yes,
one. You
and we're still a team. We're still a team. Like I'm not siding because I'm going here and that I exclude him. I continue to include him every time. And to be honest, when I did make confident decisions that didn't work out for the best and that he could see it, he just had to allow it to happen. That's when I build much more trust, right? And be much more considerable when it comes to his decision. Because then later on in life, we tend to talk about it like, hey, we've been in this space before. This is what happened. And now we've learned how to move on to together through it this time around. I don't know if that makes sense.
So good. It makes perfect sense. It makes perfect sense. Thank you. Thank you, sis, for sharing that. I think a lot of people will definitely benefit from hearing that, you know? And yeah, I know you got a question for me, Shani. So what you got?
Yes. So, Chas, like one of the things, like when we first met, right? And I've always admired you and I've always admired the direction that you were going in your career. But I've always thought about like what truly inspired you to go into a career of family therapy. Um,
Mm,
and I feel like that's so important because it's not easy being in therapy
our,
in general, right?
yeah.
And it's a lot. So I was just inspired to hear, what inspired you
Yeah.
to
That's such a
fulfill in
question.
that career.
And you knew me before I got my master's degree. Like you knew me fresh out of my undergrad. Like I was taking a year off of school and just having fun in life that's when you met me. So that's so funny because you've definitely seen me along this journey of becoming a family therapist. You knew me before I was in my master's program, before I even chose that program, you know? So I think that's a great question for us to ask too. And I think I have many answers, and the one that comes to me now is I just knew from a young age like the importance of relationships. I heard one time this quote, I don't know where I heard it from, but it was said that the quality of your relationships are like the quality of your life. And when I was looking for a program to join, I kind of wanted to be a sex therapist actually, but there's no sex therapy program in Hawaii. So
What?
I found marriage and family therapy, and our Sierra, our friend, like she was already in the program that I did, but I didn't know that she was in that program until I already was accepted into it. So
Oh,
it's not like I found out about it through her and then like went for it. I found out about it on my own and then found out that she was in it, and I was like, what? Crazy. But I know that our relationships, you know, and the quality of our relationships are dictate the quality of our life in the sense, right? That like if you're struggling with your partner, if you're fighting with your best friend, if you're holding resentments to your parents, like you are going to have struggles in your thought process and in your mindset, you know? So, but then with the cool thing that I learned in my program that really kind of drives me to this day is I went in with that idea, but what I learned in a deeper level is that our relationships with others are a reflection of our relationship with ourselves. So I didn't learn that until being in the field and in working with people. And now that's what I really, really help people with because I feel like I got deeper even to the core. You know, it's like our issues, and then it's like our issues come from our relationships. And then I was like, our relationships stem from our relationship with ourselves, you know, like that dictates our relationship with God, our relationship with our higher power, our relationship with everybody, with money, with our jobs,
so
with so many
true.
other things. So now, like, I love being able to support people in working on their relationship with them because they're having problems in their other relationships with money, with their mindset, with their higher power, with their family. You know what I mean?
Yes.
And it comes from there. It comes from there. And that's what still drives me today is like, I always feel like I was on a journey of self-love, and the things that I've learned along that journey, I would love to be able to share with people who also want to know more about loving themselves, you know? So it's
Yes. I like how you put that in perspective, Chas. And I can totally relate because in relevant of my own marriage, I think that was one of the reasons how we were able to be so open and transparent with the way that we communicate within our marriage, because then understanding their relationship with, you know,
God.
their mom, their dad, or right, digging deeper into how the way that he communicates or the way that I communicate today goes deeper than how I'm communicating in the present, right? It's deeper than that. So I can totally relate, and I think that's how we were able to get through all the growing pains, is by giving each other grace through the process,
Yeah.
because
And
we know
loving
that,
yourself more.
and allowing, right, and allowing yourself to grow and giving yourself grace through the
Giving yourself.
process, even though you're at fault during certain circumstances that you're going through together. Um, yeah, no, that's, wow, that's powerful. I can totally relate to that. I could see the whole light bulb one that relates to me when it comes to our marriage. Just great question.
Sis, I know you are, like, to just kind of close up our call, I know you're really in the business of serving people. And you, right now, I know that you're serving people in this amazing way and helping them situate their finances for their future. So if you wanted to share a little bit about that, so people will know that they might be able to connect with you and get support in that area, I would love you to share a little bit about that.
Thanks, Chas. I truly appreciate it. I really am passionate in the career industry that I'm going in, and it's in the financial and insurance industry. I basically, in simple terms, educate families in how to, resource, secure, and protect their financial security goals. And what that does is that there's a lot of us that lack the wisdom or the understanding of how to plan for their future, or how to resource additional income in the event of an unexpected change event in their families, or whatever that they're going through in their own individual lives. And so I can help educate them in how they can set up a plan should anything unexpectedly happens. They have, um, you know, extra income to supplement that. And it's just, during a pandemic, a lot of our community is hurting with the fact that they're only thinking about it when it's already too late. So I like to say that we're the first responders of financial hardship. In the event something happens, we can help protect them over time. Yeah.
Yes. And I feel like people, Islander people, when we hear about money stuff, we just get overwhelmed, and it's like so easy to be like, oh, that's too hard. I don't want to deal with that, but like, we deserve to be protected in our money. We deserve to be protected when our loved ones are sick or pass away. And in our retirement, we deserve to have that tax-free money and savings that's secure, just like all these other people, that are here. So
And we
do
not
it.
only deserve it, but for our kids too. We lack
Kids.
that knowledge of how to protect that for generations to come. So I agree. I'm so
Shani is
passionate.
just like you. Yeah, Shani is just like you. Shani is just comes from here, comes from the West Side, and like loves her family, wants to leave a legacy, and take care of her family even in the event that something happens. Like, and we love our families here, so we can take care of them in that way as well. So I hope
Yes.
that you guys hear that message. If you guys resonate with that, Shani is here to answer any questions or just talk story. No pressure. Yeah. Yes.
Thanks.
Yes. Thank you, sis. Thank you for being here. And
Of
I love you so much.
course. I love
Talk to you.
you. Yes, I'll talk to you soon. Thank you, sister.